Now, children, let's talk about the various characters of angiosperms. I told you in the previous video, angiosperms includes all flowering plants, whether the flower is small, whether the flower is big, whether the plant is a flowering plant is of economic importance, whether it doesn't carry any economic importance. Even a minute flower is there, even a colorless flower is there, even a dull shaded flower is there. It is included in angiosperms. So what is the first character of angiosperms? In the angiosperm children, the pollen grains and ovules are developed inside special structures called flower. The second is, in angiosperms, the seeds are enclosed by fruits. Now, if you remember, this is contrary to what I taught you in gymnosperms. In gymnosperms, I told you that the seeds are naked. Why? Because the ovule is not surrounded by ovary. But here, think of any fruit, papaya, mango, guava, brinjal, ladyfinger, pumpkin. Always there's the fruit, and inside the fruit are present the seeds. There are many exceptions, like if you talk about strawberry children, the seeds are present on the outer surface, but then it is again, the seed is again attached with the fruit only. Okay. Then the third is the angiosperms are present in wide range of habitat. You find it in various places. You'll find them in deserts also, you find them in mountains also, you find them in plains also, you find them in water bodies also, like lotus, you find them on the banks of the rivers also, you find them in the banks of pools also. Okay, so wide range of habitat is there. The smallest angiosperm is Wolffia. The tallest angiosperm is Eucalyptus. They provide, now what is the economic importance of angiosperm? They provide us with food, fodder, fuel, medicines and several other commercially important products. So what is happening? So whatever we are depending, if we say that we are depending on plants for food, that means most of it, the food comes from the plants. Now these are divided into two classes, dicotyledons and monocotyledons. I discussed it in the previous video also, isn't it? Dicotyledons and monocotyledons. So dicotyledons, they have got two cotyledons in their seed. Monocotyledons have got a single cotyledon in the seed. The dicotyledons are characterized by having two cotyledons, while the monocots are characterized by one cotyledon. Then some plants have only one gamete. That is, either they are male or they are female. Such plant children are called monoecious, and those which have got both male and female gamete, they are called dioecious. Children, monoecious and dioecious is important from exam point of view. Then, if you remember, I told you the male sex organ in the flower is the stamen. Each stamen has a slender filament with an anther. Inside the anther, children, there are present pollen grains, and pollen grain is the male gamete. The female sex organ is called the pistil or the carpel. It has got three parts. We have studied in smaller classes: ovary, style, and stigma. And inside the ovary are present many ovules. Okay. Then the embryo sac. Now I am leaving this point. Reason is, children, we'll discuss it in detail when you come to class 12. As of now, it is not required. Okay. Then the pollen grains, they are dispersed. Do you remember pollination? Pollination occurs by wind, water, air, and insects and elephants. Okay. So what is pollination? Transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma. Do you remember the two types of pollinations you did in smaller classes, self-pollination and cross-pollination? When the pollen grains fall on the stigma of the same flower or another flower of the same plant, then it is self-pollination. But if the pollen grains land on the stigma of another flower on another plant, then it is called cross-pollination. And cross-pollination, children, always needs a agency. Then the pollen grains germinate on the stigma, and the resulting pollen tubes grow through the stigma, tissues of stigma and style, and reach the ovule, where the fertilization takes place. So children, you will have to learn these diagrams. Either you can copy this down in your notes copy, or you can take a printout of it if possible and then paste it in the copy. I would rather suggest you that you copy it down, because for the entire other chapter, the remaining chapter, you have, I dictated you the notes and you copied it down, isn't it? So with this, I'm finishing this video. The next video will have differences between monopod and dipod.